should start really recording for YouTube.
YouTube? On video? Tamara, this is the first time I've worn a bra around you in like 6 months.
You look great.
Thank you. I put on a bra for you.
You didn't have to, but...
This shirt is very revealing of the nipples.
Yeah, I know.
It's like...
boing! Or if you just like lift an arm way too much.
Not even that. It's just like... It's the only shirt I have. It's a different fabric. It's so soft. I've been wearing it like every day. But like... It's just like all the time. Even when they're not hard. They're just out all the time. I feel bad for my neighbors because it's just...
She's
walking
staring at me.
No big deal.
Yeah, my neighbors truly see the worst of me.
But you know what? They can get over it because it's too hot for full-size shirts.
And bras.
And bras.
I realized when
We should not have to live our lives uncomfortable every single day.
I realized when I was on vacation, if I didn't have a job, I would never wear a real bra, number one. Number two, I would also never do my hair. Not that I do it very much now anyway.
I don't know what's going on right now. I kind of want to take a picture and post it.
Just a
you
messy
look like,
bun.
Well, it's all like just sticking straight up. So you kind of look like an evil villain.
I am.
Like from where I'm sitting, you can't see the bun. You just see this.
So it should be good on YouTube then. Like,
I was just getting used to the idea of possibly, perhaps, maybe entertaining the possible idea of recording over Zoom.
okay. Well, then we can record right there very easily. But I need to be around you.
Because that would have video. I know, but I just feel bad you coming all the way up here. And then
Don't.
you're doing road time more than we even record. You know what I mean?
Don't even feel bad.
I do.
Number one. Silence our phones.
My sister. I can't with this.
I'm Tamara.
I'm Rel.
We forgot to introduce ourselves.
I didn't know. I mean, like, I guess I should have known we were recording because I keep talking into the microphone, but normally you, like, let me know. You do the old... Now, if we were on video, you guys would be able to see me do the 3, 2, 1 that Cameron people do, but whatever.
So, yeah, no, I like driving, though. And, like, I never, ever, ever get to be alone. Okay? I'm at work. I'm at home. There's someone always there, and they always need me. But when I'm driving alone to your house, I'm just alone.
No, but then your daughter calls you crying all the time. Like, Mom, where are you? I miss you. Just, like, put her on silent.
Just more proof that I need my alone time.
I agree. And you should be entitled to that. But, like, driving is not... I mean, I guess I do love a road trip.
It's nice. And, like, by the time I'm on the road, it's not rush hour anymore.
That's true.
Like, there was a very pretty sunset when I was driving. And
it wasn't raining.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And I got my mom mobile with my heated seats, toasty buns.
Call it a mom mobile.
It is. My
that
mom
implies
mobile.
that you're like cheaper by the dozen and you have 13 kids.
I'm trying to fill
you
it up.
have one. Calm down. 2 if you count Lucy.
What about Richard? That's 3.
He is quite childish and he does eat mostly pizza rolls. So
when I was leaving, he was making himself dinner. So he was just making chicken patties in the microwave and he was eating, what's that brand? Fritos, like the sweet barbecue one.
Gross.
That's what he had for dinner.
Just a chicken patty and some Fritos?
Chicken patties on white bread and Fritos.
That actually does sound kind of good. Not the Fritos part.
It's the sweet Fritos, not the chili ones.
Yeah, I don't know. The smell is too, like, overwhelming.
That's how
so,
I
like,
feel.
I open up the bag and I'm like,
that's how I feel about
the air out
the
of me.
chili ones. I'm like, that just smells like diarrhea in the bag.
I don't know if I've ever smelled the chili ones. I don't know if Matt's ever gotten those. Can I ask, what is my dog doing next to you?
She's licking the
She
couch.
is like
Why?
really intensely
baby.
licking it.
Hey, it's okay. Why do dogs do that?
I'm afraid there's semen on the couch.
Oh, now I'm afraid there's semen on this couch.
No, we've never had sex on that couch.
Don't believe
Pretty
you.
sure. It's too small.
And also,
it's only a 2-seater.
Why not?
Well, if you must know, it's not very bouncy.
Okay. Right.
I know. I actually really don't think we have. It's got a low profile. I'm not into couch stuff, to be honest. Not a lot of bounce.
Okay.
I need the leverage. I'm getting old. My bones don't move the way they used to. Also, this bitch called me Mildred earlier, and I'm really offended. First, I thought you misspelled the word minutes because you said, I'll be there. I'll be leaving in 10, Mildred. And I was like, oh, she'll be leaving in 10 minutes. This bitch does not know how to use spell check. And then I reread it like 4 times, and I was like, oh, that's so mean.
Well, in my defense, it was 7 o'clock, and you're like, I have to go to bed.
Okay, I did not say I had to go to bed at 7 o'clock. I just meant, like, if you're going to be, like, not leaving your house until 8:30, maybe we can do another day, because I want to try to be in bed at least before 9:30. Because then I lay there for several hours with anxiety going,
no.
I'm going to be late.
I'll put you to bed tonight. I'll stroke your hair.
Feed me my edible.
I'll
tuck me
hum
in.
to you. I'll make sure that your feet are not...
Empty my menstrual cup?
No, I won't. I've got nails, so that might hurt you, and I don't want to. That's the reason.
Oh, that's the reason. I have nail clippers. That's not a problem. Are you sure we're recording?
Yeah.
Wow. Wild. We are on it today.
Yeah.
Did we even say the name of our show? It's Fearful Friends Podcast, in case anyone forget.
Mm-hmm.
It's me, Rel, and Tammy over there.
Oh. I deserve that. I am so sorry.
Mildred. Fucking kill you. How was your week? I won't call you Tammy again, even though every part of my being wants to.
I absolutely hate that name. Anyway.
I know you do.
Tammy Lynn. My week. Right. Get out.
I was like, what's going on
Pay
over
attention.
there?
My week was good. Just boring. Nothing crazy happened at work. My boss is retiring. She announced it. And like,
what's that mean? Are you up for the job?
Hell no.
Oh.
I would never. They could not pay me enough to be in that stressful, horrible position. She
gets a lot of vacation time.
Yeah, but she's also like, the reason why she's retiring is because she's so stressed and
burnt
so
out, probably.
Just like it's affecting her health. Like she's had strokes in the past because of stress at work.
How old is she?
Late 50s, early 60s.
And she's had strokes, plural?
Right.
Wow.
And heart issues. She has like such bad anxiety, and she's definitely the type of person that like is too afraid to take anxiety medicine
because that gives her more anxiety.
Yeah. And I just 2 days this week, she was so stressed out that she made herself sick. She ended up coming into work one day, and I was like, do you have any more appointments? Can you go home? She's like, no, I have phone calls I need to make because, I just don't want to hear it anymore from them if I don't get my calls done. And I'm like, oh my God, go home. Like you are
make
throwing
the calls from home,
throwing up. You want to make the calls from the bathroom because you're puking.
Right. Yeah.
And then she calls in the next day because she's just made herself so sick over stress. So I'm very happy for her.
Yeah.
Because.
But now it's scary because it's like, what's next?
Yeah.
Your next boss could be really awful. They could also be really chill.
Right. She recommended 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
And
from your branch or a different one?
From other branches. And we know them, and they're both like pretty good people. There's like a very small amount of people that I would work with as a manager because there are some really, really bad managers.
Don't we know it?
Yeah. And these are 2 of the 3 people.
Okay.
The third person works by you. That location, I would, if I ever had to transfer, I would. transfer to there.
Oh, that's a good person?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Well, you should, because then we can work side by side.
Yeah. I mean, I
Not
also
really.
don't
I
want
would
to,
also probably never see you because I
drive
don't
so
go to
far.
that bank.
Yeah. But you could.
Maybe we could pass each other in the parking lot. I'm not going to just walk into a bank and hang out in the lobby. I'd get the cops called on me every day, Tamara.
No, you would. I would never call the cops on you.
Somebody else would. A little old lady sitting in her car.
Oh my God,
I
did
see
you
the
hear
same
that?
person. Yeah, what was that?
I was scratching my neck and I have this
Ew!
necklace.
Sorry. I hear it now. It sounds like crackling. I didn't like it.
It's a necklace. I'm so sorry, everyone.
That really scared me. I didn't realize it was your necklace. So when you were like scratching your neck, I thought it was your skin making that crackling noise, and it really tripped me out.
So anyway, did I tell you last week about how Em was snorkeling?
Yes.
So I'm going to surprise her tomorrow morning, and we're going to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and
Ew.
drive up to North Florida to like where they have the natural springs. Because I found this place called De Leon Park, and it's like kind of by Cape Canaveral. And
That sounds familiar.
it's a natural spring in like a park. So you get in the park, you pay $6 to get into the park, like all normal parks. But then there's also a pancake house right next to the spring.
I feel like you're more excited about the pancake house.
Well, I am, but she likes snorkeling. So, and like at this, you like make your own pancakes, like at a they have like
She is so excited about this pancake house.
they have one of those like hibachi griddles in the middle of the table. And it looks so cute, like the plates and the serving way. Oh, okay, I am really excited about
She's
pancakes.
fangirling about these pancakes.
Anyway,
Emily's going to be like, Mom, can we go? You're embarrassing me. Stop asking for the Mickey Mouse pancakes.
I'm making my own Mickey Mouse pancakes. Yeah, so we're gonna go drive up there. She doesn't know it. It's just me and my sister because my husband's agoraphobic.
Yeah.
Remember?
He's a twat.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't listen. Sorry, Rich.
Well, this is a test. He doesn't listen though. But
maybe he should.
But it'll be fun because the springs are cold. They're like 75 degrees and they're clear.
Uh-huh.
And also,
Springs are cold.
yeah.
Just a warning. Like,
Yeah.
I thought 75 degrees would be great, but it
No,
was
they're
really
freezing.
cold. I was like, this is not okay. It took me way too long to get used to the water.
Yeah. But also there's no like what's the word I'm looking for? Where the water goes? Currents. Thank you. There's no strong current.
Just waving her arms around. Ooh.
But you understood
There's
what
no
I was saying.
ghosts? What?
I hope there's ghosts.
Current ghosts.
It's an old sugar mill.
Is it? Spooky.
Yeah.
I bet there are ghosts. You should find out.
Underwater ghost.
Tamara's on site. Reporting live from the pancake house. Well, that sounds like a blasty blast.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have fun.
I'm excited.
I hope there aren't too many people. When we went to a spring, there were so many people. I was so self-conscious, and I was just like, I don't like people. Can we just stay in this part of the spring that doesn't have anyone?
I know. And I get scared of like deep water and where the spring is.
Does it
It's
have deep?
The spring is very deep.
Ew.
But in the past, I've like warmed up to the. It takes a while, but then
I don't like the deepness in a spring because it is crystal clear and you could probably see all the way to the bottom, which is spooky ooky. You can see all the human trash at the bottom of that spring.
Oh God!
All those Busch Light beer cans. There forever.
Bud Light lime bottles.
Little hermit. Okay, I was a different person back then, Tamara.
They were glass. You
And
created
glass
art.
will turn into sand. I think.
And sea glass.
In about 7 million years.
I do find a lot of sea glass at our beach.
It's probably from us. We did not bring a lot of bottles back to the shore.
We're bad.
Oh, we do love a BLL.
How's your new job going?
It's okay. This week was weird because, like, so many things went awry there's just like so many stupid things that I have to do. And I just like always feel like I'm doing stuff wrong. But
I feel like you just described everyone's job.
I know.
There are so many stupid things I have
because
to do.
I don't know if there's like something specific to where I work. So I don't want to like single it out.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, it's just like a lot of really redundant steps. Like, you know, like when I'm processing an invoice, I have to hit the next button like 4 times. Send it to the next thing. Send it to the next thing. Just make the next button the last button. And then I won't have to hit that button 4 times. Things like that. But then, like, I don't know. I'm starting to get to a place where I can just, like, send stuff, even if I think I'm fucking it up, and just be like, you know what? It's okay. Because if it's wrong, they'll let me know and they'll fix it. Like, we get like all of our vitamins and stuff. I hope this doesn't single out where I work. We get all of our vitamins and stuff like shipped to us through like FedEx and UPS.
Mm-hmm.
So like we have to like manually receive all of these different boxes. And like they're very specific in how you have to receive like certain vendors. And like there was this one where like nothing in this fucking box made sense. And I was just like, I don't even know what's going on here, but I'm just going to do this. Boop, ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. And if anything's wrong, they have the invoice. Mm-hmm. There it is. Fix it. I don't know what to tell you. I need to get this shit on the shelf. What do you want me to do? And yeah, so far I've only had like one mean vendor.
Oh my God.
And he was really mean. He did make me almost cry, but I held it together. And I didn't cry in front of him. I cried later.
Wow. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. It's really hard to hold it together that early in the morning.
Yeah.
Like literally it was my 5 a.m. day and he showed up at like 5:12 with his bitch ass attitude. And I'm like, can you not? I'm so tired. My emotions are so raw right now. You're so mean.
Baby.
I'm just a little girl.
Named Mildred.
Fuck off, Tammy.
No, why would he have any excuse to be mean?
Because he's just a dick. He's just like one of those vendors that like, you know, you send him an order and he just brings whatever he wants, regardless of what the department actually needs. So the department came to me and was like, hey, we're going to start sending you our orders so that you can go over it with him line by line and make sure that he's not sending us whatever he wants.
So he's just bad at his job.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he like decided to pick a fight with me about it. And I was like, this wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. This is like all different numbers. Like they would order 1 case of something and he brought like 4 of like so many different things. And I'm like, do you not know how to read an order? It's a fair question. And he just, I know how to do my little, blah, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. And he's just like screaming all morning. And I'm just like, okay, well, you're going to have to make time because like, we got to get this fixed. Otherwise, I'm just going to boot you out the door.
Yeah,
like, I don't give a fuck about you.
We're not going to sell your product.
I just don't care. If you piss me off, I get to reject your order and then you lose money. I don't lose any money. Right. I don't give a fuck about you. But then we got it together and it was literally my first week alone as a receiving manager. This happened a couple weeks ago. And he like was getting ready to leave and he was just like, so you're the new receiving manager, huh? And I was like, yes, I am. And he like shook his head and was like, good luck. And I was like, wow, that was really mean. As in like, you know, good luck to the company that I work for. Because anyways, it was the way he said it. It really hurt my feelings.
What a jackwagon.
I know.
But at the same time.
Jackwagon?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, Pete. Just random old man name.
Like when it's not a client getting snippy with you, like that's going to get you fired, but it's like someone that you're like kind of like you're working, like when I have to call back office and they decide to get fucking snippy with me. It's like
annoying.
I love it because I can just fucking talk back to them and like give them bring it to their level.
I want to be mean that early in the morning.
No,
like, I'm literally still in fetal mode. I'm just like, wrap me in the womb and sing me a lullaby. Like, just be nice. Sometimes I don't even know how I got to work. It's just fucking, I'm there. My car's in the parking lot, but I don't know how we got there.
That's dangerous.
But yeah, it's been fine. Oh, we got our audit this week.
Oh, wow.
So that was fun. I was like shitting bricks because I was like, great! It's my first fucking week, like my first couple weeks in the job. I'm sure I fucked up a bunch of shit and I'm gonna fail the audit now. But I did fine.
Fine.
Well, they said I passed, so
Okay.
I don't know if I missed anything, but I'll know by Monday. Specifically. I also want to find out how my old department did because...
Oh, yeah.
Because I know that bitch found out of dates.
Good.
Because I had to scan them out. And I was looking at some of them and I was like, whoo doggy, that is 2 weeks out of date.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Good.
I hope the bitch gets fired.
Yeah.
She's terrible at her job. That was mean. I'm being sassy. I need to not be sassy. Anyways.
Is there like another manager that you can like commiserate with how horrible she is? Like
Every manager.
okay.
Except for the store manager, who they're like fucking weird. There's a Mean Girls Club at my store.
Oh my god.
And it is like my store manager and then like 2 other department managers. They're all this Mean Girls Club. And like they can do no wrong. Like literally we will have like department meetings where they're like, all right guys, just a reminder, like here are the rules. We can't do this and this and this. And then like one of us will raise our hand and be like, okay, well, like not calling out any names, but this person and this person are almost always the only ones doing this. Can you have a private conversation with them? Maybe. We're having a conversation with everyone. And it's like, why? It's your
Right.
fucking friends doing it.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. Talk about bad managers.
What about like the next person above your boss?
I mean,
No.
like the district manager. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if he's, I don't know. I think he's kind of drinking the Kool-Aid there.
Great.
Yeah.
Like luckily with my district manager, I can like kind of joke around with him and like
I mean, I can joke around with him, but like I
message
feel like
him
if
when
I
I
were to
need
say
to.
anything about my store manager,
not your
he
store
would be
manager,
like,
but like that girl in the department that took over for you.
oh, no. I have voiced my concerns to like all. I have 2 managers above me, and I have voiced my concerns to both of them, and they both have told me to stay in my lane.
Oh man, I definitely wouldn't.
Yeah, they both said, we're not making excuses for her, but you need to let her find her way. And I'm like, okay, well, her way is losing her ass on margins because she's marking stuff down way too low. Like way too low. And then she's not caring about what she's marking down. And then like other stuff, she's just like, she's not checking her dates anymore. And she's not, scanning her inventory to keep up with her fucking numbers. And she's not editing her orders. I was told to stay in my lane.
Wow. I definitely wouldn't stay in my lane then.
Every time I like have to walk into the cooler for something, which was my baby for 4 years, I lose my breath a little bit because I'm like, how did you end up like this? You can't even see the walls anymore. The backstock is outrageous.
Oh God.
It is despicable for a dairy department. Truck to shelf, Bic. Truck to shelf.
Okay.
And that's why they tell me to stay in my lane. Because I get very overwhelmed.
I just send nasty emails, or I'm like, what's like not pro.
Are you the type of person that will send an email to somebody and be like, per my previous message?
No, but I am the type of person that's going to CC my manager, my district manager, your manager, and everyone else because I'm now fucking
dumb you are.
fed up with dealing with your bullshit.
I like that.
And
I hate the messages that are as per my previous message. And I'm just like, I know I can read, but Please be nice to me.
No, or like, you know, my district manager teamsing me and he's like, well, you know, did you need any help? And I'm like, not unless you're going to come over here and fix this machine that's been broken for a year. And he's like, oh, no, I'm terrified of that machine. Fix the next week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't that amazing how that works?
Finally.
Passive
aggressive.
Kismet? Oh. What the fuck does kismet mean?
That's like when you meet and it's like
destiny.
Yeah.
Why am I so choky today? It's my Mildred coming out. All right, let's get on with it. Do you have a story for me?
I do have a story.
I feel like we've been talking for half an hour. Sorry, everyone.
Okay. I'm really liking the lighting in here.
I dig the purple.
Yeah.
Is it purple?
It's
I don't know. I just turned
pink
it on
and
and it was
purple.
that light and I hadn't changed it. So I don't know if Matt was getting freaky in here or something.
all by himself.
Maybe that's what Lulu was licking off the couch.
Oh, Lulu.
Ew. That was disgusting. Where is Lulu?
When I put my feet down,
She's licking the bottom of the couch now.
she's been licking my feet, so
Oh.
I know she's there.
Sweet little baby.
I don't like when dogs lick feet.
She just had a dental cleaning. Oh my God. She does not recover from anesthesia very well.
No.
No, it takes her like a full 2 days.
Oh.
She's just a sleepy little thing. And like sometimes she makes weird noises and it's so cute. Low-key, if I could, I would put her under more often because just for the cute cuddles.
Wow.
That's a Gypsy Rose mom thing to say. Munchausen by proxy. It's a good thing I'm not having kids.
Can you get your tubes tied?
I just want to get that shit scooped out with a melon baller. Did you see that shit about tampons?
No.
Kenzie, my sister-in-law, told me about this today. Apparently, tampons, all brands, even the expensive bougie organic ones that I can't afford, have traces of lead and arsenic in them. And we
yeah.
have them in... What do you mean, yeah? What do you mean, yeah?
I didn't think that was new. It's
I
like
didn't know.
Tampons are made by men. They don't
That's
care
what
what
I
we're
said.
putting in our bodies.
Okay, listen. Tinfoil cap is going on. That's what I said to my husband. And I said, just another reason for the man to take us down a peg. And he goes, actually, I don't understand how that would take you down a peg because we kind of need you bitches to procreate. And I'm like, that's a fair point.
No, they don't care enough to make products safe because it costs more money.
Yeah.
Nobody puts studies into women's health.
God, no.
Everything.
But do you know how much work they put into Viagra? Good God.
Let's move the fuck on.
All I'm saying is that the vagina is one of like the most absorbent things in our bodies, and we have to put those things up there once a month. So what I was saying to Matt is maybe there's a correlation between why men are poisoned so much more frequently than women are. It's because we get microdosed with poison every month, and we have a natural immunity to it now. Mm-hmm. Good luck poisoning me with arsenic. I'll never die.
Okay. Yep. I might, because I don't use tampons.
Well, and then I was just like, okay, Kenzie, but sometimes I use a cup. And she goes, yep, well, you got forever chemicals in those Diva cups too. And I was like, you know what? I cannot with you.
Microplastics in my twat.
I suggested we just free bleed like the good old days.
Let's just go back to rags. In fact,
I just miss the days when they used to call it the bleed. Is she on the bleed? Yes, she's on the bleed. Can't you see it dripping down her leg?
They would like lock us away. Like men can't be around you. Men can't touch you.
What?
Like people who are like, you know, like Hasidic Jews, like when women are on their period, like men do not touch them. They don't go around them. Sounds delightful.
Really like period sex. Mm-mm. Period sex. Mm-mm. It's another Crazy Ex-Girlfriend song. Put down a towel and party till it's dry. Okay. We can move on.
Way too painful. What were we talking
about?
Take
an Advil. You're about to tell me your story. I am so sorry that we like totally haven't even started yet and we're already on tangents.
No, but like for serious, like I just want to go back to rags.
I do not.
I do. Like, just, I mean, I don't wear underwear, so that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Where would I put it?
I
got a diaper.
In your butt?
Oh, I can.
That's what every man says. In your butt.
I could just use the rags like a tampon.
Ugh!
I feel like...
My question is, how does cotton have metal in it?
How does cotton get made?
Oh, with metal? Probably. Word. But arsenic, how? Why? Okay, we're moving on. We're not scientists.
No.
We could probably read the article, or we could just tell everyone else to do it.
Too terrified to read that.
Well, listen, we've been doing it our whole lives, and we're still alive. That's why I'm saying, like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah.
She knew! This whole time, she knew that we were being poisoned. That's what that song was about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
No, ma'am. Do not go on the table.
Lulu?
This is not parkour, please.
Look at her little bald patches on her arms. They couldn't find a vein.
Oh.
My little heroin addict.
Oh, no, she's a couch addict. She's got the tongue going already. There we go.
Nom, 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 nom. Everything just tastes so good, man.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to get to my...
We are in it.
All right. I'm going to tell you the story of Larry Ely Murillo-Moncada.
I don't think he needs to have this many names. Can we just call him Lair Bear?
We're going to call him Larry, but sometimes I call him Eli on accident because
I
don't know.
What kind of show would it be if you didn't get the name wrong of a main character?
He's the victim. Well,
Oh, he's the victim?
and
So I can't call him Lair Bear.
Well, you can. And No Frills Supermarket.
Did the supermarket kill him?
I don't know.
Wait. Did you say this was a murder?
No. You know it.
Corpse. I do
You
know it.
I knew it. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't know this. Wait.
You're okay. I'm going to tell you the story.
She's going to tell me. Guys, guys. She's going to tell me the story. I don't have to think about it.
You don't have to guess the whole thing.
I just have to sit here.
Yeah.
And sometimes say stuff.
So, No Frills Supermarket. Have you ever heard of that?
Maybe.
Okay.
We were just talking about maybe. But I don't know.
So, first of all, pick a better name.
Well,
No
they want to
Frills
keep it simple.
Supermarket.
Sometimes you don't want the frills. It's the same reason I don't shop where your husband works. I don't need the frill.
Me either.
It's too much. There's too many things in the aisle. I get real claustrophobic.
It's dark and bright in there at the same time.
It's just tight.
Yeah.
It's like crawling back into the womb.
Yeah.
Tight.
Anyway, so No Frills is a discount grocery store chain out of Canada.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
So this is a store where clients packed their own groceries, brought their own bags.
It's like Aldi's.
Similar to Aldi's, just more ghetto.
Save a lot.
I've never been in one.
It's just like that. We used to get corn for 50 cents a can.
That's not a big deal. 50
Have you
cents?
seen the price of corn now?
I don't think I'd pay more than $1 for a can of corn.
Maybe it was cheaper. I don't know.
Okay.
All I know is we used to go there for canned goods and pot pies. We're always really cheap there. Those were like 50 cents.
Oh, wow.
Now you can't get a fucking pot pie under $4.
You can get the mini ones for $1.
Those cheap banquet ones even are like, they're like $3.
No, they're $1 still.
Okay,
You can still get them for 99 cents some places.
I'm too scared to buy them now.
Yeah, I don't blame you. They're disgusting. Don't eat them.
They're delicious, but they probably have human meat in them.
Yeah. I still buy Rich 3.
I wonder why there are so
every
many
week.
missing people in the world. Where are they going? In your banquet Popeyes.
Yeah.
We're going to get sued.
I was going to say horrible stuff. So, moving on.
Please don't sue us, banquet Popeyes.
No. Or
I did say they were delicious.
Brian Schaefer.
Who is Brian Schaefer?
The guy that's missing from Ohio. He went in the bar and then he never came out of the bar.
Did we do him?
No. It's like a very big case.
Maybe I should look
I
into
was
that
just-
because I'm like, what? Oh, because he might be in the pot pie.
I was just making a correlation between missing people. That
You're
was wrong
really
of
good
me.
at remembering names.
I am. It's actually my job.
Oh, that's cute.
I do. I remember everybody's name.
I hardly remember anyone's name.
Except Tammy.
My girl.
So they ran on low staffing as a principle to keep costs down. Same as like Aldi. They advertised the lowest prices and offered, quote, brandless groceries.
Okay, so everything's generic.
Right. But also like it wasn't a brand. Like it was just a box of Cheerios and it didn't have a name.
It just said toasted oats on the box.
Mm-hmm. And then they came out with their own line of like their generic line under the name No Name. So it was just like
It literally said no name cheese.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I know.
I don't like that. That's not classy. At least sometimes when you buy stuff from Aldi's, it looks real classy.
Mm-hmm. And this started in like the 70s and 80s, this chain.
Okay.
So the original stores, they didn't have coolers, and so they didn't sell fresh items like fresh meat or anything like that. It was just like your grocery aisle staples that they sold.
I can't imagine they would be very busy.
Right.
Why would you go to a store that doesn't sell it all? You know? You have to make a second trip.
There were no displays. Items were kept in their original cardboard shippers, and packages were just set out in their boxes for customers to go through. At the time, at grocery stores, they would put the price label with a price gun on every item.
I love stickering things.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
But they didn't do that. What this grocery store did was just had a big giant board that listed the item and the price.
Right.
And then
Like Trader Joe's.
yeah. So customers were also given a price list, and the cashiers were expected to memorize all of the prices in the store.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they have a lot of items?
No. So they they typically had around 500 items to choose from.
Think you could remember 500 prices?
No.
I mean, we remembered a lot of PLUs back in the day when we didn't have fancy touch screens to tell us what all the produce was, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Prices?
Yeah.
All right.
But it kind of reminds me of Hobby Lobby because they do the same thing.
They do?
I think they've got price tags on things, but they are like very much like no UPCs because that's the devil. And
I don't know. I don't shop at Hobby Lobby. And keep your religion out of my arts and crafts.
thank you, Ralph.
This is America. Let's separate church and crafts.
So they also only had like one of each object. So you couldn't like go in there wanting to get like Cheerios and like having like Cheerios and this other brand and like different sizes. It was just one box, one size, one option.
You get what you get.
Yeah. So that type of thing. There was only 500 different items to choose from in the store. Like they might have
I feel like that song by Fastball is playing on loop. They made up their minds and they started walking.
I'm getting
that vibe where it's just like very hopeless feeling.
No, I'm getting like a dirty, dusty, like Dust Bowl grocery store.
Have you ever been to you've never been to a Save-A-Lot, you said?
No.
That's the vibe. That is the vibe. The Dust Bowl blues.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Where was I?
We're going to get sued by Save-A-Lot too.
Oh, well.
You think our stores are dusty? And that we sell banquet infused meat? What? What am I saying? You can cut that off. That didn't make any sense.
Banquet infused meat. Okay. Customers were happy with the money that they saved. Obviously, this type of store caters to certain people, certain clients, and they were happy to have lower cost options.
Yeah. I'm sure some of that stuff was pretty good. You can't fuck up a yogurt. Oh, wait, they didn't sell cold stuff. God damn it.
Well, not at first.
Okay.
They did grow and add coolers and freezers.
Cool. I'll stop interrupting you now.
Yeah. The chain grew and expanded into America and opened chains in Nebraska and Iowa in the 90s.
That's where they went. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
What was that?
Can you go check on your dog? And
Murphy, are you choking?
Oh.
I thought my house was getting broken into.
Well, I got terrified when I heard it a second time.
Wow, it's so yellow. Oh, you're right there. Are you okay?
So it's hard to find any more information about these stores in America because there's like no online presence. I don't know if some of them are still open in Iowa and Nebraska or if they've all been changed into what's called Family Fare because some of them were switched to Family Fare. They are still open in Canada and they do have like normal online ads and like apps and like save a lot programs that you can join. But
Cute.
I can't find the ones in America. Whatever. It's confusing.
Yeah, maybe that one got bought out then.
So the location we're going to talk about today was located in Council Bluffs, Iowa. This town seems like a pretty normal town. It's a suburb of Omaha, which is in Nebraska.
I
This
was
is
just
Iowa.
thinking the same thing. Maybe there's an Omaha, Iowa.
Maybe it's just close. I don't know where Nebraska is.
Omaha, Iowa. Omaha, Iowa.
No. They're talking about
Nebraska.
I don't know. Whatever. Who knows? Not me. There's no way to
If you
know.
guys want to correct us, you can Google it yourself. Okay?
You
Do you come here for the facts?
Look at a map.
I hope not.
I'm just regurgitating something else I read.
We're doing the best we can. Okay.
The town was like good parts, bad parts of the town, and was like a cheaper place to live compared to like the nearby Omaha, which may or may not be nearby. Who knows?
And in a different state. But you can live on the border of a state and be next to like a big city.
So it was a good place for a discount store chain.
Sure.
I would shop there if it was in a good neighborhood.
I would too.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
Unless they had terrible Cheerios. Go on.
Yeah. They don't have honey nut Cheerios. They only have like the yellow box.
The oats.
Yeah.
Just the
Disgusting.
oats.
Anyway, so tale as old as time. In
Song another. I don't remember the rest of the
2016, No Frills closed its doors.
Oh, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we are in present time.
Yeah. So we know what that's like because in 2017, our grocery store closed and we lost our jobs.
Well, I didn't. I transferred. You left the company.
Yeah.
I stuck with it for a couple more years, which was awful.
I'm still sad about that.
I am too. I was just looking at old pictures from that thing. What was I saying? From like our last week there when we were just like doing literally nothing. You brought your baby to work every day and we just like rode around the store with her on the electric carts. And it was like, what are you going to do? Fire me? I'm going to do whatever I want. Yeah. And then we might actually get in trouble for this. I hope we don't get sued. Why am I so afraid of us getting sued? We left one day and went to the cafe and had mimosas on the clock. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, well, we were doing much worse stuff on the clock.
We were?
Well, we were doing similar stuff on the clock. Let's just put it that way.
Where? Were we drinking in the store?
Yeah.
We were?
Yeah.
I remember drinking out in the parking lot, but we were off the clock at that point.
I was drinking in the store. We were all losing our jobs. There was a liquor store in the parking lot.
Oh, shit,
we also sold wine.
I don't remember drinking at the store.
Maybe
I blacked out.
I remember getting on one of those like furniture dollies. And
I remember spinning you around all over the place.
Laying
like a
down
fucking starfish.
Flat.
Disgusting floors.
Oh, goodness gracious.
That was fun. That was a nice, I mean, it was a shitty situation, but that was a nice couple of weeks. We got to just fuck off and get paid to do it.
Yeah. So I literally wrote tangent in there. So
you prepared for us to just go off book.
So this location in Council Bluffs remained unused for 3 years. A lot of the fixtures were kept, making it look like a ghost town. So, like, at our store, they sold everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the registers came out.
At the store up by my house that closed, it still has everything in it because they were planning on, like, another grocery store opening up there, and then that fell through, and it still sits empty. Well, I mean, it's got all the shit in it, but it's still, like, vacant.
Okay, so this was just like that. They had all the coolers and freezers, the registers. You can look in there and there's like shopping carts. Well, not any longer, but there are pictures of people standing at the front door.
I would take those shopping carts.
You
know how hard it is to get your hands on shopping carts at a grocery store?
Right.
People steal them all the time.
They are expensive.
We have a shopping cart graveyard in our back area.
That's weird.
It's very annoying. Every time somebody brings another shopping cart through the back door, I'm just like, please, no. No, take it back up front. No! There's like 30 of them back here.
So, in the beginning? That's not the word.
In the beginning.
In the beginning of 2019, construction teams were brought in to begin demolition on the grocery store. And then I wrote, record scratch, my power just went out. What? And then my power was out for 6 fucking hours.
Wow, what day was this?
Tuesday?
I'm so proud of you for writing your notes on a Tuesday and not a Thursday.
Well, I also did just finish them before I came over to your house, so...
No wonder it took you so long.
Also, I had to give attention to everyone.
We lost our power overnight, I think last night. And, like, we have those smart bulbs that are, like, hooked up to the Wi-Fi. But, like, I had them all turned off, but all the light switches are on so that I can tell Alexa when to turn things on and off. And fucking, we lost power in the middle of the night. And Matt said that every single Wi-Fi light turned on and, like, blinded him. And he was just like, I didn't know what was going on. I went outside. I thought something bad was happening.
Oh, hold on. No, that was my sister-in-law. Okay. Is she still calling me on the phone? I don't think so. Okay.
Why? Why is everyone calling us? Why are our sisters calling us?
I know, because we're so cute.
We're not. We're busy.
No, lightning hit a tree at the end of my street. The tree hit the power lines, took all the power lines down. They were draped across my street.
Oh my God.
And then, I'm
surprised I didn't see that in the news or anything.
I have no power. It knocked out the whole entire neighborhood. The rest of the neighborhood got turned on like 30 minutes later. But like the 2 streets around me, we all didn't have power. So all my neighbors were all like standing outside having like an impromptu block party. Like they're all staring with their hands.
What do you think's going on
their hips, watching the power guys just like work. And I'm like, oh my God. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in my car charging everything I could possibly charge.
Yeah. Not even hurricane season yet, y'all. Listen, I mean, it is hurricane season.
It is.
But like,
listen.
Listen.
One hurricane supply I forgot. A battery-powered alarm clock. Because when the power doesn't fucking work, your bitch ass still's got to go to work.
Huh. I didn't think about that.
And you won't remember to get up at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning.
You know what we have? We've got some of those little battery... What are they fucking called? The little
guns?
Battery cells?
What? I know. So do I. They were all dead.
You gotta charge them, Tamara.
Yeah. You have to know that your power is going to be going out.
Just charge them like ahead of time.
Well, I do, but then the charge doesn't stay on them.
I still wish we could put Energizer batteries in our phone.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah. But anyway, battery powered alarm clock, guys.
I didn't think about that. I'm glad you brought that up because I cannot be late to work.
Yeah, I never thought about that either.
And I was screaming at me.
Even though I went and sat in my car and charged all those backup batteries and my phone for like an hour and a half, and I even went and drove around, they still all died and I was late to work. Whatever.
I was late to work. At least you have an excuse.
Yeah, and my boss does live in my neighborhood. So she knows what happened.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. We had to wait for new power lines to be put up. It was a whole fucking thing.
Not even hurricane time. Yes, it is. Stop saying that, Ralph. I'm tired, okay? I've been up since 4.
Rich was like, cautiously watching from like the driveway where like all the neighbors were out standing. And I was like, do you think if I go show them my tits, they'll get this shit going a little bit faster?
No.
He
No,
did not
I don't
find
think
it
so.
funny. I thought it was fucking funny.
He never thinks anything's funny. He's just a shell. A shell of a man.
Listen. Even I went and talked to the neighbors, okay?
Ugh. I hate talking to neighbors. Except for when mine gives me mangoes. That's very nice. Yeah. He's the only neighbor I'll talk to.
I went to high school with my neighbors, so I really hate talking to them.
Ew. Yeah, that sounds awful.
Now I've lost my place again. So sorry. Power.
Found and lost.
Back to the story. It says it right there.
Back to the story.
Yep.
It says that. Cool. Once again, she planned for a huge tangent. This is why our episodes are always 2 hours long. I'm just kidding.
We're only at about an hour right now. Okay.
An hour right now?
My story's pretty short.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know where it ends, I'm pretty sure.
So it's 2019. They're doing demolition on the old grocery store. Mostly just clearing out the inside of it. The crew was removing the huge freezers and the back storage of the building.
Yes, I know where this story
After removing them, what did they find, Rel?
A corpse.
It says it right there, too. What did they find, Rel?
How did you know I would know this story?
Or you just are, like, good at guessing.
Yes. It was either going to be a corpse or a very old can of corn. You know how many of those we knocked out from the bottom of those shelves?
Yes.
Ugh. It's amazing what you find underneath the bottom of grocery shelves.
It really is.
Things lost for years.
Decades.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's great. Old ads.
Makeup.
Licenses. And as it turns out, dead bodies.
Dead bodies. Uh-huh. So, yeah, it was actually a horrific scene.
And in what way? I thought he was like mummified.
Yeah, I'm warning you.
Were there pictures?
No.
Oh.
If you image search it, there are pictures of mummified bodies that come up or like very, very decomposed corpses that are not him because they're all different.
Oh.
So.
Okay. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, Google. I'm looking for a very specific mummified corpse. Thank you.
I wasn't even looking for a mummified corpse. People just use that picture as like their thumbnail.
Anytime somebody says, just a warning, guys, there's really graphic pictures on the internet. You better bet your ass I'm
clicking.
I'm going, where are these pictures?
Yeah.
I want to see. You can't tell me they're graphic. And then I open them and go,
oh God, I shouldn't have
seen that.
Oh, that's horrible.
I shouldn't have seen
I'm never
that.
going to unsee it. Now I got to show it to Rich.
You know what? Disco, what is it? What is it called? Disco worms or something like that? It's it's the sound that maggots make when they eat your flesh. It sounds like snap, crackle, pop, and they call it like disco something. Disco rice. Found that out by one of my fun Googles.
It feels like to me like when you get a piercing and it kind of crackles when they pierce it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like,
okay, we need to stop. This is disgusting.
ASMR. I'll stop now.
Disco rice.
Okay.
But
there was none of that because he was mummified.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they found
very dry in that store.
a badly decomposed body wedged behind the freezer against the wall. And this was a freezer that was in the back room.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm picturing like one of them giant picture freezer coolers. Yeah. I was hoping there would be like an illustrated
picture of the cooler.
or like an illustrated drawing
like
of
a
like
cartoon
exactly
figure, like
how he got stuck or how he fell or like the size of the cooler. But there's nothing. Don't look because you'll just see.
Yeah, you're going to see
corpses.
a whole bunch of bodies that aren't his.
Yeah.
Or hers. We haven't talked about it yet.
Right. So worst possible outcome.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So
I expected to find a dead rat. And
right.
I found a dead high schooler.
So demolition halts and police, the medical examiner, crime scene, they all arrive. Crime scene?
Yeah, I would think that they...
Crime scene
CSI,
investigators.
crime
Okay.
scene investigators.
They all arrive to the store to see what's now become a crime scene. The body was very, very decomposed, far more than the 3 years that the building had been closed.
Mm-hmm.
So
at
creepy.
this point, was it like just bones and like sinew?
Like leathery skin, like but not skin. There's still like the clothes were still there. They were able to like identify them. So they take the body, they do a full autopsy and find that there's no evidence of trauma to the remains, and it was concluded to be an accidental death due to this man falling in between the back of the cooler and the wall. The man had been deceased about 10 years, which means this person became stuck back there in 2009, 7 years before the store closed. So these employees and shoppers went along with their days, all while there was a decomposing body feet from them, and not to mention the food that was stored in that cooler.
Here's my question.
Freezer, whatever it was. Yeah.
You said the freezer was in the back of the store.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you mean the back room?
Yeah, the back room. It was...
So customers aren't going back there.
No.
So really, the only people that would have been able to find him were fellow employees, which that place was not well staffed.
The police.
Well, yeah, or the police, but nobody knew he was back there, obviously. So who's going to call the police? But I'm like, yeah, I guess like if customers aren't going by there, like if it was a cooler out on the sales floor, I'd be like, okay, why is everyone ignoring that smell? Like, I have a customer that literally complains about the fragrance that we use in the bathroom after somebody takes a shit. Because, you guys are supposed to be a health food store, and that's chemicals that you're spraying in the air, and I shouldn't have to breathe that when I use your bathroom. Like, so I'm pretty sure these bitches would complain about a dead body smell.
Yeah. I don't know. It was not a giant area, like, store, so...
Like, I just find it wild that, like, nobody smelt it and was like,
They did.
Oh, they did. Oh,
Yes.
Did I jump the gun again? I'm so
Immediately.
sorry.
So police interviewed former employees who stated that they had used the top of that cooler for storage, and that employees would also hide on top of that cooler to take little hidden breaks.
Oh, my God. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. I love a little hidey hole.
Yeah.
Also, that is a huge fire hazard to have storage above a cooler of any kind. You should not do that. And I am surprised that OSHA let that happen.
Mm-hmm. So
you should be ashamed, OSHA.
So how did no one notice the smell, she asked.
Because they walked in and said, well, you get what you pay for.
Yes, basically. So I read a few
sad.
comments on Reddit, and one person stated,
I don't think we can take comments from Reddit.
but they're just like armchair, whatever it's called.
Sleuths.
Yeah. So they said, imagine how horrible a dead mouse stuck in the wall smells. Now imagine a whole human and all of the bodily fluids. Catching flies over
No,
there?
well, I was going to tell a story, but I mean, like, nobody knows where I work. Had a rat in my back room, and it was really traumatizing. So we called somebody out to get it, and I found it in the trap a couple days ago. And they were supposed to come out the same day to pick it up because I'm not touching it, and none of my employees should touch it because it's rat. It's gross. And they didn't come that day. They came the next day. Actually, they didn't come the next day, but my store manager jumped the gun and made a mentally handicapped person take care of it, which is like so cute for her.
Bitch, why didn't she do it?
She's a stupid cunt. Anyways.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But even after a day, that thing started to have a weird, it smelled like hot garbage juice.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no garbage back here.
So very similar. We had either a mouse or a rat where I worked. And so we called in the pest control, and they're like, we're going to put poison down. And I'm like, you fucking idiots. Can you put traps down?
Yeah.
They're like, no, we're going to put poison
Like,
down.
we have poison down all year round. It doesn't do anything, obviously.
No, I was like, he's going to get trapped in the wall and die, and it's going to smell.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's fine. Just call me, and I'll come get it.
You're going to climb around the wall? 400-pound motherfucker.
No lie. Okay? Were you there?
They are!
Anyway. He, puts poison down. The rat dies somewhere in the walls. It smells god awful. We call him back. He's like, I can't find it. So he comes back the next day and he can't fucking find it. And it smells so bad. And it's in our safe box area where you walk with clients into a giant vault. And it's in there. And it smells like
somebody
death.
put a dead body in one of these vaults.
It was horrible. So then our maintenance guy is like, I've had enough. Or like, he's not our maintenance guy. He's like our...
Did he go like climbing around the wall?
He did. And he found it in like 2 minutes. He was like, it was right there.
Ugh,
so dumb.
I hate people.
Anyway.
We pay these people to do this.
Yeah.
Because we shouldn't have to... We don't have the PPE and shit like that to fucking take care of this problem. That's how the Black Plague is spread. Or something similar. I'm not sure. Don't come to me for facts about that. But
it smelled so bad that I was not going to come into work if I had to one more day with that. It was really, really bad. And they came and like hung those like little like scent absorbing satchels everywhere. And it didn't help.
Rid.
Yeah, it was so horrible.
So imagine that, but 100 times the body mass.
Yeah.
With a lot more fluids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I just find it very hard to believe that anybody could. And like, did they not have any like law enforcement people that shopped there? You know, being like, hey, I know that smell. It's from what we've learned on this show, it's got a very distinct smell.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
There was also other people that commented like, because it's like, how do you not deal with it? Like, how do you not move to your higher up and like get this handled if you're working in that? And it was like, it was probably like we don't get paid enough to care or deal with this situation because it was a discount grocery store.
Yeah.
And there was also probably a lot of turnover.
Probably.
Like a lot. But still 7 years worth.
So have we talked about who this person was yet? We haven't identified him yet.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm not going to jump the gun then.
But
7 years.
I mean, it's just like, I just don't get that. But
I don't either.
You know, maybe they contacted the maintenance person and they didn't get paid enough to fucking care about it. Whatever.
Or they were like, what do you expect?
Yeah. Or maybe it's like, remember when we worked at Winn-Dixie and the fucking roof leaked and we called the roofers and the roofers are like, no, it's the air conditioning. And the air conditioning people were like, no, it's the roofers. And it just went back and forward and it never fucking got fixed.
And every time they get paid more and more and more and more, it's just, that's how they keep their jobs.
Mm-hmm. So there was like also a lot of comments on like news websites and Reddit from people that said they shopped at the store and it did smell awful and they could never go in there. They went in there once and blah, blah, blah. But
you never know because they could just be like, yeah, I shopped there definitely for clout, you know?
Exactly. So as soon as the family of Larry Ely Murillo-Moncada heard...
we did say the guy's name, Lair Bear.
Heard about the body found, they knew right away it was their son.
Damn.
Yeah. In November 26th. Tamara, you're so good at writing. So November 26, 2009, this was Thanksgiving Day.
Oh my God. First of all, what a horrible fucking day to be at a grocery store. Mm-hmm. Like probably the worst day of the year to be at a grocery store because everyone's horrible. And then you die there? God! Well, you didn't get to eat Thanksgiving dinner.
I know.
Why?
This probably the whole reason that all this started was because of crazy customers. Let's blame them.
He needed to go into the fucking hidey hole just for
he didn't go there yet.
Minute of peace.
He didn't go there yet.
Okay, sorry.
So, 25-year-old Larry went into work at his overnight
overnight.
His overnight shift.
So he didn't deal with any of the customers.
At No Frills. I think maybe
there was like an overlap.
a little bit. At No Frills in Council Bluffs, Iowa. His mother, Maria, states that when he returned home the next morning, Larry seemed disoriented.
Oh.
She took him to see a doctor who put him on a regimen of antidepressants.
Okay.
Larry's mom says he continued to feel disoriented and began to hear voices.
How long had he been working overnights?
I don't know.
Because lack of sunlight and stuff like that can do that to you. And also if you're like fucking REM sleep cycles all out of whack, you could, I mean, I did overnights. It fucked up my digestive system.
Really?
Like, I had the worst heartburn of my life when I did overnights. I was so happy when pricing stopped doing overnights. Because, like, I could get home and I could sleep for a couple hours and just, like, be fine the rest of the day. But it was the heartburn, and I just felt nauseous every single night. That killed me.
Really?
I felt like ulcers were forming. I don't know. It fucks with your body.
My brother
really
works
does.
overnights.
Well,
But
he's
like
a vampire,
every
so.
single night he works overnight and he sleeps all day. He is a vampire now. And I went to drop off.
So pale.
I went to drop off M at like 7:00 in the morning, and he's making macaroni and cheese and like chicken
Hell
strips.
yeah.
Like he's like, I'm having dinner and going to bed.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Okay. So to me, this doesn't sound like something that you would prescribe antidepressants for.
That seems like a real quick jump.
Yeah.
Like, try these, see if they work. Just like throw them at his tongue and see what sticks.
Or
you know?
like antidepressants alone. And like, I'm not a doctor yet. So.
Yet?
Yeah. I'm pre-med. Remember, Sierra? It's my joke.
Oh, that's why I don't get it. I'm like, my name's Rel. It's me. It's me, not Sierra.
Oh.
Sorry, that was my boob. Hope you guys like that. Sound as it scrapes against the microphone.
How did you hit the microphone with your tit, Rel?
I was getting comfy because my butt's sticking to this chair.
Okay. Back on it. All right. So the doctor that prescribed these, that was just wrong in my opinion.
Was this the doctor that prescribed Michael Jackson all those drugs?
Maybe. So, not only is it odd to me that the doctor, prescribed the antidepressants. Oh, hold on. I have to start that over. Not only is it odd to me that the doctor concluded that antidepressants were the right meds for someone who is disoriented, but from my experience, it takes time for medications like SSRIs to take effect. Like they have to build up in your body. It's not
like be an overnight quick fix.
It's not like taking antibiotics and they start working the next day. Like he needed immediate help. To me, that's a very serious like symptom. Disoriented. That could be a million different things.
Yeah. He definitely shouldn't be like driving or anything like that.
Yeah. So like not only that, but when you start like antidepressants or anything that like kind of messes with the chemical in your brain, like
the hormones
they have
shit.
There's this what's it called? Serotonin syndrome. And you're warned about this by your doctor, and it's very serious. Some people have very horrible, like a very low percent of people who take SSRIs have this reaction where they become suicidal. They have these horrible thoughts. They have hallucinations and suicide,
ideation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like pounded into you when you first start them. Like you have to be aware. You have to be cautious.
Like every commercial for every antidepressant out there.
Yeah.
It scares me a little bit.
So to me, it doesn't sound like Larry was in a mental state enough to like be aware of what was going on with him mentally and to like be able to watch out for these symptoms.
Right. Yeah.
And like, this is just from a story. Like, I'm not a doctor and I'm just reading this stuff. And like, even I think that like, if you're disoriented,
then you can't take your fucking mental temperature on your own.
Oh, I like that. Mental temperature. I like that.
Thanks. I meant to say mental radar scan.
I like mental temperature. It was exactly what it was supposed to be. And I also think the doctor should have told Larry's mom about the scary risk of these side effects, but like also Larry was an adult.
Keep an eye on. Yes, but it's obvious if he was disoriented, then maybe you should have told a second person.
Yeah,
like, hey, heads up, and like, did they live together?
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, hey, heads up. He's going on these. Keep an eye out for these things because obviously, like, something's a little wonky there, and you know, maybe he can't check himself.
Yeah,
like.
But obviously, this doctor was doing the absolute least.
He wrote the prescription. That is all. That's all doctors are these days. Yeah. Sometimes the fucking pharmacists know more about these drugs than the actual doctors do. They just get paid to write that prescription.
Right.
Exactly. Don't get me started on our mental healthcare industry.
So when Larry's symptoms got worse and he started hearing voices, his parents didn't know how dire the situation was. Mm-hmm. Like, they were not informed about serotonin syndrome.
The voices thing, is that a part of serotonin syndrome?
It's hallucinations.
Okay.
But they didn't...
Because 25, if... I could be totally fucking wrong. I dated someone with schizophrenia. 25 is around that age where you can start to exhibit symptoms of schizophrenia. So it could be...
Yeah. And who knows if that's what brought this on, or working overnights brought this on, because like he just came home from work and was disoriented.
Right.
So
I'm quite disoriented when I get home from work, but
I know. We're lucky.
Like, I literally just told the world, sometimes I don't know how I get to work. That's disorientation, right? Not to minimize what this guy was going through, but like,
do you need me to take you to a doctor?
We need a different word.
Stupid.
Hey.
Sleepy.
Hey.
Old?
Hey.
Larry's mother stated that the voices were telling him to eat sugar. Huh. Larry told his parents his heart was beating too hard and the voices were telling him to eat sugar to make it better.
I wonder if that's how, like, you know, like when you're, I don't know, like when you're malnourished, your body craves like certain things to like get that nourishment.
Definitely.
I wonder, I mean, like maybe he had like a crazy sugar dip or something.
Maybe his parents did state that he was not like a huge sugar eater. I don't know why. I know that he seemed to have lost a lot of weight. I didn't look into it, but there's pictures from his graduation and he has like a fuller face, and then there's pictures of him right before this happened, and he's a lot skinnier.
Maybe he was like diabetic and didn't know it or something.
Yeah. Or maybe he was just dieting and not taking care of himself. I don't know. No one knows.
We can't find anything out from like the bones. Can we get bones on the case, Tamara? There's a whole show about it. Scoop some of that bone marrow out.
I think that his parents just
put it on a fucking microscope slide.
Just laid him to rest. And, you know.
They buried the bones.
So, I believe his parents thought that they were doing everything that they were supposed to do because...
And he's a grown man at the end of the day. Like, you know, he could have...
He could have hid what happened at the doctor's office. He could have lied to the doctor because, you know, he starts hearing these voices, or he's like disoriented and doesn't trust the doctor.
Well, and if he's hearing the voices too and he's like scared, then maybe he wouldn't want to like say anything about it, because he's like, if I just get these meds, it'll be fine. It'll go away. Like, they don't need to know.
Yeah. So
that's like how I would be. I'd be like, I'm embarrassed. Just give me the meds.
Can I go home now?
Get me out of this fucking office.
Right? Stop asking me personal questions.
When was my last menstrual cycle? Why do you need to know that to examine my brain?
I don't even fucking know that. I don't have my shit together. I didn't fucking remember to write it down. Let me see if I texted my sister.
Right now.
Move on. Okay.
Ooh.
So things take a turn for the worse that Saturday after Thanksgiving when Larry starts to experience hallucinations. He believed someone was following him and he was really scared, stated his mom. Like he was just terrified of whoever was following him.
So now we're into paranoid schizophrenia, perhaps.
And I'm not a doctor again.
Also not a doctor over here.
But I really do think that him being on this medication is making his situation worse.
Because like seriously offset his hormonal balance.
Like you're supposed to be watched. Like you don't know if the medication the doctor gives you is the right medication for you. Like they have to switch up your medication a lot sometimes. Whatever.
You gotta find the right fit.
On.
It's a key and a door.
He was so terrified, he left the house without his wallet, medication, phone, or even shoes. And it was really cold outside. It was Iowa at the end of November. He just runs from the house. It's like some sources say he got in a fight with his parents. Other sources say he was just really, really terrified and he ran.
How could different sources say that? Different things. Who all was in that house?
You know.
The Redditors.
Yeah. His family was really, really worried about him. They contacted the police to report him missing the next morning after he didn't return home. Larry's father said,
"Oh my God, I would have been out there. Not that I'm shitting on the parents, but like, he ran out there without any shoes and without his phone. It's cold. Get out there."
I don't think that they were fighting. I honestly think that he ran away and his parents
were like, okay,
they didn't like know that he had left without his shoes until they were like, where is he? Why isn't he home? Oh my God, his wallet. Where are these his shoes? You know, like.
Yeah, I'm like picturing him just like, you can't tell me what to do, Mom, and then like leaving, just walking out the door. Because how many times have you gotten like mad at like your spouse or something, and you're like, I'm gonna storm off, and you leave, and you're like, God, I left my phone on the table. Can't go back in there now. It'd be too embarrassing.
Never, but that's hilarious.
Oh my God, that happens to me all the time.
I don't have the energy
Wish
for
I
that.
could text this man to tell him to bring me my phone, but that's the whole problem.
All right. Yeah, so Larry's father said, quote, "We went out to find him. We got up early every day and we couldn't find anything. It's like the earth swallowed him whole."
Oh, I don't like that phrase, knowing what comes next.
Yeah. Police searched. How hard?
Right. Like,
how much do you trust the police?
Me?
I'll move on.
Don't get us in trouble now.
So police had no leads on the case for 10 years. Until
did they not go to his place of work?
So they did.
And did they not smell anything? A police officer. I mean, I know it's Iowa. How many corpses do you come across in Iowa?
Yeah.
Who knows? But
a few places that I read, like his parents did think that he went to work, because if he left, was
leaving at night,
that's where he was going.
But then it was like they found his if he didn't have his shoes, and maybe, I don't know, maybe they were just like, maybe he didn't go to work.
Yeah, and whatever. I mean, we weren't there. Like, who knows?
If he did go to work, wouldn't he have punched in?
So he was not scheduled. But
maybe that was just like his safe place.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he went to the hidey hole to sleep. Maybe he did get into a fight with his parents and he went to the hidey hole for a place to sleep. Yeah. How did he get into the store? Did they not have an alarm?
They were open when he went in. So it was like 6:00 in the evening when he left.
Okay, so it's not the middle of the night. Calm down, Rel.
Calm down, Mom. So January 24th, 2019, the demolition crew is there working, clearing out that old building. When they removed that freezer and they found the remains. As soon as the story was made public, Larry's family knew that they had found their son. They contacted police right away to have their DNA tested. They also verified the clothes the remains wore matched what Larry was last seen in. However, for I don't know what fucking reason, it took 6 months for the authorities to confirm the identity of the remains. And on July 22nd, 2019, the remains were positively matched to Larry, and his family was able to put their son to rest.
What the fuck took so long?
I don't understand that.
It's not like he was missing his teeth. Maybe he never went to the dentist. Maybe they didn't have dental records. If it was just bone.
His family was, they did only speak Spanish. I don't know about Larry. I think Larry may have spoke English because I think he graduated here from high school. But they were... So
maybe there was like a language barrier.
They were... like, I think Larry was here legally, but his parents, there was some issue with like deportation that I couldn't really understand, or like there wasn't enough details, but there was some issues with deportation. And so
if something like that fucking slowed down the process, shame on the systems.
Right. I don't want it to be that like there was not a care because of like Larry.
Race.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. You don't want to think the worst.
No, but
like,
it's
why wasn't
it's
he
getting
found?
harder to not think the worst.
So that night when he fled his home, he went to the grocery store on his night off and climbed up on top of the coolers where employees would normally hide. And I think he's probably trying to hide from whatever he thinks is chasing him, which just like really breaks my heart. Yeah. He fell into the 18-inch space between the wall and freezer. He fell 12 feet down where he was stuck until he passed away. Authorities...
Do you think like he like broke anything?
I don't think anything...
12 feet is not a very high fall.
I know. And I don't think it was like a fall because it was 18 inches. Like the space in between the wall and the cooler. Down. Yeah, and then like the more he tried to get out, the more he fell. And I don't know
and like he couldn't have shimmied to the side. It was like closed off on the side, so he couldn't.
Yeah. Again, like I
wish we could see pictures of the freezers.
Yeah, or even just like a sketch demonstrating like, did he fall head first? Was he? But in the end, whatever. It doesn't matter. It happened.
It doesn't matter. He's still gone.
It's really sad. And like authorities say that the sound from the cooler. So I'm like picturing a giant freezer,
the fans,
like a walk-in freezer. Muffled
like,
his screams.
Think about like every time that you've called me when I'm at work, like back when I worked in the dairy cooler, and I was like basically yelling on the phone.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I can't hear you. The fans are so loud.
They are. So they said that they muffled his screams for help, and
like I can't imagine they would muffle his screams that much. It's not like he was inside the freezer, like
right.
And like not only that, but unless he was severely dehydrated already, like it would take him a couple days to expire. So like the fact that he wasn't found before he died, if he like, I mean, like maybe he stopped screaming at some point, but like I feel like any sound you would hear, you would just be like, ah, right. That's what I would do. Randomly, just hey, just randomly.
But I don't know. It's just sad because he was just obviously in a horrible mental state, and he was scared, and like he was probably backing up in this hiding spot, trying to get further and further back, and just. I don't know. It just breaks my heart, and I feel so bad for him. And I honestly think that this doctor is to blame for not caring enough about his patient to do the right thing by him.
He certainly like I don't know if he, should be put in jail, but he definitely should have his medical license revoked.
Yeah, or like a malpractice
something.
Suit.
Yeah. And because there were like, there are other things going into this that, could be, potentially to blame, but that was definitely one of them. Mm-hmm. This is potentially the error in medication.
Yeah. But also like the store's negligence because like employees went up there and hung out.
And they were storing things up there, and it's a huge fire hazard. And like, I just find it very hard to believe that like all the people hiding up there in the hidey hole and all the people walking around those coolers all day long. I mean, I know it's not like a fucking parade going by, but like there are people in the back room like almost all day long. There's at least one person in the back room. Nobody heard anything. The fans are loud, but I can hear someone scream over a fan.
Right. I picture our back room at Winn-Dixie.
That's exactly
and
what
like,
I'm picturing.
Like back where like the meat department was, where it's like those huge, it's like a cooler and a freezer, and it's fucking loud, and like there's that big giant space up on top. You could
hear someone scream.
If somebody was screaming around there, you would hear them. Yeah.
And I feel like that, coupled with a strange odor, coupled with the fact that one of your employees is a missing person, wouldn't you like think, that is strange.
And his parents did like tell the police that
I think he might have gone in there.
Like where else would he have gone? Like into his job, and I don't know.
Well, if there's anything that we've learned, it's that sometimes in small towns, police departments are very, I don't want to shit on them, but like
not even in small towns.
They're very negligent sometimes.
Yeah.
They can be.
Yeah.
It's not a secret.
I mean,
I hope I'm not stirring anyone's pot, but damn.
If you've never heard of bad police work,
where do you live?
Yeah.
Because I would love to live there.
Is it Denmark?
I feel like it's every other story we tell where it's just like, and what did the police do? Oh, yeah, nothing.
Okay.
Hashtag not all police. I get it. I know, right? Sorry. You guys could see my eye roll. It just made my head hurt.
Listen, I'm not for like the ACAB, okay?
What's that?
Like all cops are bastards. Like, you know.
That's a cute acronym.
You know, there's always the bad apple that
spoils the bunch.
But there are some very good police officers out there who put their lives on the line, and I'm gonna say that. And I don't believe in ACAB. There's obviously some fucking issues with the fucking force and all that.
Yeah.
And the past was a hell of a lot worse. But thank God I'm fucking white and I don't have to deal with that. Every time I drive down fucking I-95, there's this one spot where this black young man was pulled over and he had a flat tire. He was on an exit ramp and a cop pulled up behind him and shot and killed him.
When?
And his car.
By you?
Yeah.
When?
It was like 10 years ago. It was a while ago, but there's still a memorial there and like.
Yeah, for nothing other than the color of his skin.
Yeah. It's just, a reminder that shit needs to change.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But,
well,
whatever.
R.I.P. Lair Bear.
Yeah.
I'm sorry nobody found you.
I feel so bad for him.
Years.
Like, all I can think about is like how scared he was.
Yeah. And how claustrophobic and like, 18 inches, you could try to crawl or shimmy your way up the wall, but like, you probably can't even lift your knees up high enough to do anything. You ain't a fucking spider.
Mm-mm. All right. So, did I distract you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you did. And now I get to take... Oh my God, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Oh, I got to put her to bed, everybody.
Normal. What's my name?
Normal.
Is that a cat or something?
I've never heard that before. Mildred. That's one of my clients.
Matt
names.
likes to call me Ethel.
Yeah.
But you know what? Joke's on you. I've been watching American Horror Story, doing a rewatch. And Ethel, I'm pretty sure, was the name of the bearded lady in Freak Show. And I'm like,
even better.
You know what? Ethel's a badass.
I am the bearded lady.
She's badass. You are the bearded lady.
I just keep up with
I
my
want to be
plucking.
the Amazon Eve. I want to be her.
Listen.
She's tall and has legs for days.
I was sitting in my car in my driveway, like you do, plucking my chin hair.
I wish you wouldn't do that in your car.
Listen.
Okay, whatever.
My Gen Z neighbor walks out and looks at me.
Disgusted.
Walking. And
Disgusted.
she just kind of stops.
Why don't you get that lasered?
And I just want her to know.
This is your future.
This is your future. And I'm just letting you know, the car is the best place because you have like direct sunlight. You can see perfectly.
You know, you could get one of those fancy mirrors
No,
with
it's
a
different.
light on it.
It's
and it
different.
has a magnifying.
It's different. I don't know why, but it's so much better in the car. And the mirror is just like in the perfect spot. The angles are perfect. I'm telling you.
I'm worried about
You'll
you.
find out one day, little girl. Okay?
I don't have chin hair.
Get back in your
I have
car
some
and drive away.
Moustache hair. Especially
I
around
mean,
this
so do I. Just
birthmark.
shave that, but the chin hairs, they're
Hot
going
and heavy.
strong. I'm pretty sure you could watch them grow like bamboo. Okay.
I do like watching you pluck them.
Yeah,
Sometimes I wish you would let me pluck them. I love tweezing hair. That's not mine.
I do too.
Because it hurts.
But I really like. I love
I
having
love
my
to get the
chin
hairball.
waxed, and for some reason it feels so good, but I can't afford it. What if I taught Rich how to, like, if I got like a real
Teach
wax
me how
kit?
to do it.
You're not around enough.
We see each other once a week. Is that not enough? How often do you need to wax your face?
We could wax on the pod.
That could be a special episode. Wax our nasty bits.
It's over. We need to end this. You need to go to bed.
Yes, we do. Follow us on Instagram. And is Twitter still a
Not
thing?
Twitter, dude. No.
We don't have a Twitter. No. Twitter doesn't exist. Now it's called X.
Yeah.
And every time an X notification comes up on my husband's phone, I'm like, who are you fucking? Because it always makes me think it's like a porn site or something. Or like OnlyFans.
Who are you fucking? I can't believe that's what you think.
Every time I'm like, X. Because doesn't it, it's like, triple X. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. Elon, whoever you are. Follow us on
TikTok, Instagram.
Wherever you can find us. I don't care.
On the
Do whatever you
street.
want. Don't follow me on the street. I'll fucking throat punch you.
No, you won't. You'll cry, call your husband, and drive to the police department.
I don't even know where the police department is, and I'd be too nervous to Google it. Anyways, and then
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye, friends.
Shit. Later.